Hey guys. Okay, I just made a post a few minutes ago about going live in 2 minutes, and so it's been 2 minutes. So we're gonna go ahead and do this. Feel free if anybody's gonna jump on here, no problem. As soon as you come on, do me a favor, please like and share this video today. Especially share it, because here's the deal. It's going to be real short. I'm just going to speak my piece on something that happened today in our state of Alabama, which our governor, Kay Ivey, sweet older lady, kind of, if I was English, I'd feel like we had a queen or something like that. A lot of people here in the state call her Meemaw, and that's okay, at least with me. May not be with her, but anyway, she pretty much mandated the whole state through the end of the month wear a mask. If you're out in public at all, any public settings. And so I'm going to talk just a little bit about this mask. Hey, Sandy. Hey, Sabrina, Jason, Stacy. Thanks for joining. Again, guys, like and share. Hit that little like button a lot for me, if you will, and share this video as soon as, because a lot of people's not going to be able to see it live. So let's get this out there. But anyway, we're going to give a little talk here about this mask real quick and a couple other things. First of all, well, you know what? I said it's going to be short, so I'm not going to first, second, third. We're just going to dive in. Here's my stance. And some of you may be watching this video and goes, who are you? Who cares what your stance is? Well, I do. And I think having one of, if not the busiest chiropractic office in the state of Alabama for a single doctor at least gets me a little bit of respect in terms of results we get for patients on a daily basis, people being satisfied with the care they've received and living a happier, healthier life. And so, there you go, if you just got to have something. But anyway, here's the point. The focus, please understand this. The focus during all of this pandemic, whatever you want to call it. I'm not even getting into that, my personal opinion on that. Yes, it's real. It's not a fake disease or anything like that. For God's sakes, it's killed, over 150,000 people, something like that. But I know the death rate is going down, even though the case numbers are going up. So that lets you know right there that to some degree, herd immunity starting to kick in. It's losing its punch, if you will. Yeah, sure, the numbers are going up because more and more people's getting tested. I mean, that's a given, but less people are dying. So anyway, the focus should not be on sticking a piece of paper, or not much more than that, over your nose and mouth, thinking that this in any way builds up your immune system. If your focus is on building the host and keeping the host healthy, then these kind of things become meaningless. And I had someone to tell me, yeah, but look here, most all of us live some type of unhealthy and in some type of unhealthy manner. And so surely to goodness, what's the big deal about just sticking this on? I mean, surely it's got to help reduce the transmission and all like that somehow. Here's the problem. There are zero randomized clinical trials proving that. Now, we'll be fair. I'm going to be totally fair. There are also no randomized clinical trials proving that if you don't have one, then it's just as good. So neither side has, a dog in the fight here, if you will. And sorry if that offends you animal lovers for using that analogy, but I'm just saying no side can conclusively say, well, if you wear a mask, you're absolutely going to be healthier. And neither side can say, to heck with this thing, I'm not wearing that stupid mask because they don't work anyway. If we're totally fair, that's correct because there's no randomized clinical trials proving either way. So at best, it's a pure personal preference. At best. Placebo effect kicks in. If you think it's going to protect you, most likely it will, maybe, depending upon where you're at, how strong of a dose or case you may or may not run into. But again, that's totally the wrong focus. I mean, folks, I'm about to pull my hair out and lose my mind over this because the focus should be on this kind of stuff. The focus should be build up your immune system. If the host is strong enough, no virus is going to bother you or negatively affect you. I mean, I read something today by a local doctor saying that this virus basically, and it was a great post, but I mean, he just copied and posted it from Johns Hopkins Hospital and stuff like that, but it's a great post. And it was saying, look, it basically has no effect unless you're immune compromised. The virus I'm talking about, not the mask, but the virus. So why would our focus not be on building up our immune system? Okay, well, Dr. Kirk, how do you do that? Well, there are several different ways. One way is, heck, Google this. There's a gazillion of you PhD Google experts out there and Google doctors and everything else. Google anti-inflammatory diets. Reduce the foods that cause inflammation in your body. That'll naturally make your immune system stronger because it doesn't tax your immune system. The inflammation is not constantly taxing your immune system. I mean, that's just one simple way. Another simple way is what I'm involved with every day. Every time we make a chiropractic adjustment, I don't care if you're a chiropractic pundit or not, because the proof and the evidence is every time we make a chiropractic adjustment, it stimulates your central nervous system, which enhances your immune response. So I don't care if you believe in chiropractic or not. It's not a religion. It doesn't matter whether you believe it or not. It's science. Just like I'm saying, there's no random clinical trials about a mask. So every time you stimulate the central nervous system, it boosts your immune response. Hello, you're building your immunity. Okay? And it's done through this thing right here called your autonomic nervous system. All these organs, glands, and vessels are stimulated by your nervous system. And that's what we're working with on a daily basis. So, I mean, that's just another way. A third way is through supplementation. And please check this out. I've been posting this for months. There was over 50 tons of ascorbic acid shipped into China in January. Over 50 tons. Folks, I ordered two 3-gallon jugs way back in February. And, I mean, we hadn't even made a dent in it. And me, my wife, kids, everybody's been drinking it and taking it. I mean, 50 tons, yeah, that could treat all of China just about. But here's the kicker. Guess who they used that on? They used it on the sickly of the most sickest people there, the ones that they feared were imminently about to die. And here's the real caveat. Not one single person. I keep researching this every week. Can I find has died who used vitamin C, ascorbic acid, in the powder crystallized form. That's the most pure form. Folks, if you're out here swallowing vitamin C pills, it has to be broken down by your digestive tract and your stomach acid and everything else. So if you have a 500 milligram pill, you pretty much got to double that just to come close to getting the actual 500 milligrams. So if you're trying to get 2,000 to 3,000 milligrams to really have a good defense system, and you got a 500 milligram tablet, then you're going to be swallowing about 20 of those things a day at least to get enough. But this right here, crystallized form, vitamin C, ascorbic acid, pharmaceutical grade. You can order it off nowfoods.com, Amazon, whatever you want to. It's the Now brand. I've got one of the leading international independent researchers in the world who is a specialist on vitamin C and now even melatonin that I follow, I converse with. I just talked to her earlier today on how powerful ascorbic acid, vitamin C, and melatonin is against COVID, or the SARS-2. Okay? So, you can get this. You can take supplementation. Not one person can I find who has taken vitamin C by itself, which means in a standalone condition, or conjunctively with remdesivir, with hydroxychloroquine, and all these other drugs they're using. Not one single person who's been administered that, whether intravenously or orally, has died. So why are we trusting and putting our faith in this silly stuff when we can just be building our immune system? That's what's got me so tore up today. Is the focus is just totally off. Okay? And so right now, I've ranted enough before I really blow a top and everything. I'm going to go outside. I'm going to just do a little experiment for you. And this just kind of was an epiphany of mine today. Hey, JR, appreciate you watching. Bailey, good to see you there, buddy. Trey Snyder. Trey, if you haven't got that vitamin C yet, I'm going to kick your rear end, buddy. Okay? But anyway, I'm going to do a little experiment outside, and I'm going to show you something. And this epiphany came to me today. My dad's a general contractor, retired now, but I worked with him for years doing different stuff, whether it was hanging sheetrock, finishing, painting, sanding sheetrock, whatever. And that was the real thing. I thought, golly, I remember when I used to sand that sheetrock. And man, if you weren't wearing a sealed respirator, that stuff, I mean, you sit there and inhaled it all day every time that sanding pole went up and down the wall. And the thing about it is, sheetrock dust, baby powder, stuff like that, those microbes, those molecule sizes are huge compared to a virus, compared to SARS, to COVID-19, Corona, whatever you want to call it. I mean, they're exponentially bigger. And so I was thinking, I remember when I used to do that, when I used to sand that sheetrock, man, that dust would be everywhere. And I'm sitting there breathing all day, and man, I'd go home and I'd blow my nose, and I'd be blowing out nasty dust. It seemed like all day or all night, get in the shower and try to get it out of my nose and all that kind of stuff. And so that kind of came to me today, and I went, aha. So I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to walk outside right here in just a second, outside my office, and I'm going to do a little experiment and show you pretty much what I'm talking about. And again, look, hey, if this gets back to Mama Kay, to Governor, so be it. I mean, I just so wish that our politicians, even our medical experts, and others, if there is such, could understand and put out to the public, instead of all this fear and all these crazy numbers that are being shown to be false every single day, if they would put out something like what I'm talking about. Have your central nervous system stimulated so it builds your immune response. Supplement your body with stuff that's been proven saving people's lives. I'm talking people that was about to die. They were scared to death. They were about to die. They give them intravenous vitamin C, and then orally, once they come out of their coma or whatever they were in, not one single person died. Why aren't medical professionals, why aren't politicians putting that kind of stuff? This is God-made. This is natural. This is a vitamin, for God's sakes. No harmful side effects. You take too much vitamin C, you may get a little loose stool, runny stool. I mean, that's like the worst of it. But yet, and this is not a vaccine debate or anything like that, but yet, there will be people lined up, as far as you can line up, ready to get that monkey pus shot in them, and there's no telling what kind of consequence that's going to have on our neurological system a year, 2, 3, 5 years down the road. Because there's not been time to test it. Folks, this has been out since the 50s. Medical doctors have been proving since the 50s the efficacy of vitamin C, ascorbic acid. And yet people are going to line up for some monkey pus that hadn't been tested, no clinical trials on it, no nothing, and put more faith in that than they do their own body and something natural that God put on this earth for us to use in abundance. It just doesn't make sense to me. So, all right, again, I'm through ranting. Let's go outside. I'm going to show you this little experiment I was talking about. Some of you may be able to get a kick out of this. So be it, whatever. But again, this epiphany just kind of came to me today when I was thinking back on all those days I was, finishing sheetrock and all that kind of stuff. But I'm gonna put this little mask on, and I'm gonna let Jacqueline put my towel on for me right here, because I'm gonna take a bath and everything, and heck, I don't want to get this just like all over me. And so, all right, thank you, holding the thing right there. So it's just a mask, one of these regular masks. I mean, most everybody doesn't have an N95 respirator type mask or anything like that. And here's another thing, guys. See this beautiful stuff right here? and there's a lot of folks got a lot more facial hair than I do, the more of this you got, these masks you're slapping on, that's just that many more avenues. If your faith is in this, that's just that many more avenues that all these microbes and molecules are going to get right on in there. Okay, so hey, all you guys joining Sandy, Bert, Caitlin, everything, please like and share this video as much as you can for me. We're at the end of it right now, but share this thing for me. But anyway, here's this mask. So here's a little experiment we're going to do. Just going to stick it on like this right here, just like everybody else is going to have it on and everything. All right. So y'all can laugh at me if you want to, but here we go. I'm going to show you this little experiment right here. Okay. Woo! Good Lord, have mercy. All right, here's the point. I'm sitting here trying not to breathe, okay? And I said, baby powder, the molecules are astronomically larger than the molecules of this virus and stuff. And so if you're walking around all day, you're in Walmart shopping, you're doing all this stuff, and you're taking this mask on and off, on and off, on and off, over this ear and over that ear. And you've been breathing in and out of this thing all day. I mean, I'm sitting here trying not to breathe, trying not to choke. And look, I'm going to take it out. You think this right here is going to protect you against a microbe that is so much smaller than the baby powder, and you can just see, I mean, I'm sitting here trying not to breathe with this stupid thing on. Folks, use some common sense. Politicians, please. Medical professionals, experts, please. Start putting a message out to build the host, instead of putting faith in some silly cloth covering or face mask or whatever you want to call it. That is sheer insanity, folks. And if we don't take back some sanity and start using common sense, then we'll all perish. But it won't be because, like the Bible says, that we perish for lack of knowledge, because I'm sitting here trying to give you knowledge today. Folks, use your head. Please like and share this video. Please get common sense back in our life today before our uncommon sense puts us in the grave. Build the host. Build your immune system. God bless you. We love you.